Hello, my darling friends. I hope you all are doing well. I am so glad you guys could be here today. I'm so glad you all could join me. I had to turn on subscribers only for this chat because my mods, I will do anything to make life easier for my amazing mods who take care of this channel for me when I'm not around and take care of the chat while I'm live. And speaking about Camilla today, there were a lot of trolls coming in. I feel like Charles has a lot of money paid in for bots to take care of anything that is said about Camilla negatively. And I'm sorry if I'm going to be critical about one member of the family, anyone else can get it too. Anyone else can get it when I feel like I am being lied to and the public is being taken for fools. As you guys are making it into the chat and into the live, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you, Molly, when you put up the subscribers mode, I got booed out. I checked and I was still subscribed. There is something really weird going on with my YouTube channel. There has been for a while. It's constantly glitching. It's constantly being like taking subscribers off and removing people. And I'm the type that I don't make videos about it. I don't come and discuss it because I'm like, you know what? We're coming here to have fun. And it's just YouTube being YouTube. At the end of the day, I just truck along, and when I hit 100K will be when I hit 100K. I feel like I would have hit it a long time ago had I not gotten myself into a little bit of drama, but sometimes I can't help this mouth of mine. But I'm sorry that happened to you, Martha. I'm sorry, but I'm glad you could make it here. Hello, everyone who is coming into the chat. We need to have a little discussion here about Camilla. And while people are, some people are sensitive around Camilla, I'm not being mean to Camilla. I'm just calling it as it is. You guys know I'm not someone to sugarcoat facts or anything. But in the words of Judge Judy, does it say stupid across my forehead? Do you think I just sit here because I'm pretty and not smart? She would say. You think they keep me around here for my looks and not my brains? That's what she says. But yeah, we are being treated like a bunch of idiots by Charles and Camilla. And why do I say this? Well, yesterday was the Duchess of Kent's funeral. And you guys remember that I told you guys that the Duchess of Kent and the Duke of Kent have been married for over 64 years. The Duchess of Kent lived a quiet life, living a private life. Harry and Meghan, if you want to take notes on what is being a private life, take a look at the Duchess of Kent's life, but I'm sure you won't do such a thing. But yesterday was her funeral. Let me show this image to you guys here. Thank you, the Royal Central, for this video. I feel bad for the Duke of Kent. My heart broke when I saw him. This man has held the title of the Duke of Kent since he was 6 years old when his father passed away. And you have never heard him crying about his daddy dying or anything. Harry, take notes, please. But there's no sound to this video or anything, but your heart breaks when you see a couple that have been together for this long, and that is his daughter helping him on the way out. I mean, my heart broke when I saw this image. This man has always been very, very loyal to the monarchy. Just think about things that he has seen. He was around during the Queen's coronation. He attended the Queen's coronation. He attended the King's coronation. I think he is one of the only living members to attend both coronations, or 2 coronations in a lifetime. But at the end of the day, my condolences to him and his family. I I hope that the one thing with, people that have been together for a very long time. And the Duke of Kent loved his wife. There's a photo of him just walking the Duchess of Kent not too long ago to her hair appointment. He was one of those men that we don't see these days that really take care of their wives, listen to them, are still the manly men, but they still treat their women like he loved her. You can't deny that. He absolutely loved her. But so what happened yesterday? Everyone was in attendance of this funeral, and yet one person didn't show up. Well, one notable individual who should have been there, Camilla. It was announced that with great regret, Her Majesty the Queen has withdrawn from attendance at this afternoon's Requiem Mass for the Duchess of Kent as she is recovering from acute sinusitis. Her thoughts and prayers will be with the Duke of Kent and all the family. I'm sorry, I quickly had to write under there. This is on the same level as my dog ate my homework. What a load of BS. I'm sorry, people might not like me calling it for how it is. People might not like me stating the facts, but that is an absolute load of cockamamie BS. Because Camilla, let me say this, Camilla was fine when she was at the Braemar Games just the week prior, right? She was okay when she was there, right? She wore the slimmest armband that you have ever seen. She didn't care. She didn't even bother wearing morning clothes. She could have easily worn a dark navy jacket over this. She could have worn black. The king wore a kilt, but he wore a black jacket over top his kilt. And this was just, to me, I said this was just openly disrespecting the Duchess of Kent and the Duke of Kent's family. Now, because many people, and I have heard that, look, the Duchess of Kent was more like she was friends with Diana. She loved Diana and never really warmed up to Camilla. Regardless of what the drama and history is, you, in your position as the queen, should have shown respect. If you expect people to respect you, if you expect the public and everyone to show you respect, then you should be setting the tone. You should be respectful back. You are supposed to be the queen. I'm sure Queen Elizabeth didn't want to attend Wallace's funeral. I'm sure she didn't want to pay respect to Wallace when she passed away, and yet she still did. She did so also while she was on engagements. She wore black. She observed the royal mourning period. Every single royal that was on duty, from Catherine showing up to her engagements, to William showing up to his engagements, everyone was wearing black. Even the Duchess of Edinburgh, when she went to Canada, she was in Alberta for some engagements. Even the Duke of Edinburgh, everyone wore black except for Camilla. Now, how does that look for her? Look, I call it how it is. It is disrespectful. This woman is older than you, gave more of herself. She was selfless and always did things for the royal family, but she did it behind the scenes. She didn't want to be a public face, right? And you being the public face, you are being the queen, you should be showing respect. You should be leading it also. And then there was this kicker that the organizers of the Braemar gathering asked the queen not to wear black. Like, shut up. No, they did not. There was that nonsense going around trying to cover for the reason why Camilla wasn't wearing a dark mourning outfit. And then the next day when they showed up to church, you see Charles, he's again wearing a dark jacket. Right? He's wearing a dark jacket because he is observing the mourning period. Camilla once again wore a very, I will say the truth, she was wearing a very thin armband, which she has hidden standing behind Charles here. But again, not in morning colors. She could have worn a dark colored top or something, a dark colored blazer. Nope, she didn't. And then, of course, everyone called it. Anyone with a brain cell, every single person called it that, look, she probably won't show up to the memorial, the funeral. She won't do it. Camilla was disrespectful with just that armband. It was honestly the thinnest. Let me find a picture for you guys so I can contrast for you guys, because the excuse at that point was, oh, well, Camilla is observing what they would do in the military. Well, Camilla isn't in the military, nor is she attending a military engagement. She shouldn't have the armband. And it was said that royal seniors would be wearing mourning gear and would be in mourning wear. And it would be the staff and cavalry and courtiers that would observe with just a black band. But let me show you. Hold on a second. Braemar Games. Let me find it here for you guys. With the thinnest black armband you will ever see. Let me even see if I can find a picture. Here we go. Open image. There, let me show you guys here. Let me show you guys and just to compare. So here is the armband. It literally looks like something you would find off of Velcro, and she just threw it willy-nilly around her jacket. Like, whatever, get it over with, let's go. Okay, that's it. But let me show you when Prince Edward showed up to an engagement. He was wearing an armband because he was in military gear. Let me find it for you here. Let me just scroll up because I did post it on my Twitter timeline. I just got to see where I posted it. I was being a little snarky. I will admit, I was being a little snarky. I was being a little petty at times, but I'm allowed to be. Am I not? I can be petty at times when it is being honest. It is being truthful. I'm trying to find this photo of Edward because he was at an engagement and you could see a big, thick, black armband, which, well, we see what Camilla has here, which is absolutely nothing, right? Here we go. Let me pull this up. Let me share with you guys here. I even say, check out the thickness of the armband worn by the Duke of Edinburgh. Let me show you this video. Look at this armband. You can see it. You can see the armband and how thick it is. Let me see this video. I don't know if the music is going to get copyrighted, so maybe I'll just speak through it until you get a better eye to see what the armband looks like. Let me look at that. You see that? Look at that armband. Look at that. You want to pay respects to someone? That is an armband, not this. And you are supposed to be queen, right? You're supposed to be queen. You're supposed to be setting an example. What the hell is this? Look at this. This is ridiculous. I can see that Christy just said she just got booted out of the chat. I think something is going on where, I don't know, maybe the algorithm doesn't like me being honest about Camilla, okay? Because what has happened afterwards is that the thing was, the excuse is that she has acute sinusitis. Camilla is suffering from acute sinusitis. They were claiming that she might not be able to attend state events. She might not be able to attend any of Trump's visit over the next couple days. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That didn't sit right with me. That didn't sit right with my insides. And I call it how it is. Like I said, it's funny how that sinusitis kicks in so quick and disappears just as quickly. Camilla is disrespectful and couldn't be bothered to pay her respects to the Duchess of Kent. I'm sorry, people don't like me calling it for what it is. That's it. And I even said, look here, this is funny. I'm willing to bet Camilla's sinusitis will clear up before the state banquet with Trump. I even said it in my comments, and what do you know? What happened here? Well, looky here. Camilla looks to be in fine form to show up to the state event with Trump and Melania. Now, Camilla's been acting kind of off. There's been some strange moments, okay? There was news put out, breaking news. The Queen is planning to attend all elements of the Trump UK state visit. She is understood to have recovered well after she was forced to pull out of the Duchess of Kent's funeral due to acute sinusitis. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. I don't believe this. This must be, I'm telling you guys, doctors need to study the immune system of this. I don't know how old Camilla is. How old is Camilla? Nearly 80 years old. Nearly 80-year-old woman who chain smokes and drinks gin like a fish and can so miraculously recover from acute sinusitis, something that takes 7 to 10 days to recover from. Keep in mind, people with chronic sinusitis, people with chronic sinusitis takes more than 12 weeks. Chronic is anything that lasts more than the 7 to 10 week period. Chronic sinusitis is a 12-week period. It's a stuffy nose. I could just imagine Camilla at home when all the other royals are attending the funeral of the Duchess of Kent, doing the old Tom Cruise, dancing through the palaces with one hand full with a gin bottle, another one with a cigarette, and just a tiara on her head, and not doing what I want. I do what I want. I'm the queen. I don't need to go if I don't want to. That's the truth, in my opinion. No offense, but you can't explain morality to a homewrecker. The mistress will always be a mistress. No offense or anything. Molly, please talk about PA trying to ambush PW. Oh my goodness. I will get into that. But yes, we will get into that. Let me show you a couple images here because I've got a couple bookmarks of Camilla just being rude towards Catherine, also shooing her off, not wanting her to speak with Melania and have a discussion. Well, it didn't really look like Camilla looked that interested to be speaking to Melania in the first place, to First Lady Melania Trump is what I should say. Now, regardless what your thoughts are on Trump or Melania, I have no opinions here, but let me show you a couple videos here because this is crazy to me. Okay, now watch. Watch this.
4 divisions provided by the lifeguards and the Blues and Royals.
Watch.
4 divisions.
Like, Melania saw Catherine was walking this way. She saw her out of the corner of her eye. Camilla didn't whatever. And Melania welcomed Catherine into the conversation. Now just watch the up-down look that Camilla gives to Catherine here. Watch this.
Provided by the lifeguards and the Blues and Royals. The Queen is wearing a brooch with a large sapphire, which was a
look at Camilla's face. She looks
Queen
like
Victoria.
She could care less. She looks like she could care less to be there. She looks like she doesn't even want to be a part of this conversation. Just look at the look on her face. You're trying to tell me you don't know that you have a full-on scowl on your face the way, and the cameras are there. They're going to catch all this. Fix your face.
From Prince Albert, the Prince Consort, when he married her. And of course, most of the buildings that are here in Windsor that we...
And then this is rude. This is rude. She just starts turning her back to the conversation like she couldn't care less. Queen Elizabeth would never, man.
See, were part of his design. Four divisions provided by the Life Guards.
Now, what's crazy is that this part of the clip was actually edited out of here. But watch this. Let me show you, because what had happened is that Camilla actually shooed Catherine off to leave. Let me show you this right here. Ready? Watch this.
That presidents of the United States would come freely to...
I know she said, oh, the carriages. Oh, the carriages is what people are saying. Oh, the carriages. But okay, the carriages. You think the carriages are going to run into Catherine? Highly doubt it. But watch this.
That presidents of the United States would come freely to the United Kingdom for state visits, because it's really only Woodrow Wilson who was the first president of the United States. That presidents of the United States would come freely to the United Kingdom for state visits, because it's really only Woodrow Wilson.
I think maybe Camilla was telling her, oh, the carriages are coming, meaning, wench, get back to your husband's side. You don't need to be here. I'm the queen. Because it was, I think it was the queen, and then the queen was sitting, Camilla was sitting next to Melania. Now, I'm sure that Melania would have wanted to sit beside Catherine, because Melania was very supportive towards Catherine after she came out with her cancer diagnosis. She was very caring towards her. And I don't know. I feel like there was just a lot of disrespect here on Camilla's side. You can't say that you're suffering from acute sinusitis and then less than 12 hours later, oh, you look fine at the state event. You look completely fine. It's not good. It's not a good look on Camilla's part, in my opinion here, my darlings. Let's see what you guys say. Camilla looks out of place. Catherine and Melania are beautiful ladies. They're beautiful because they have height and they know how to dress well. Their clothing is always tailored well to their body. They're statuesque. I mean, I love watching I love watching Catherine and Melania together, because it's like, oh, look at these two well-dressed ladies. I think Melania is wearing black for Charlie Kirk, and they are observing that still. But take a look at Camilla's shoes and hose. Oh God, her hose was bundled at her ankles. Her white gloves don't match her outfit. She just looked like she didn't want to be there. Let me show you another image of when they were observing the national anthems here. Let me show you this one here. Hold on a second. Let me pull this up. I mean, it just doesn't look good. First of all, it feels like she doesn't want to be there. You can tell from her body language, her face. Like, she's like, ugh, why am I in front of this person here? I'd rather have a bottle of gin and a cigarette and be lazing around somewhere. And then look here, during the national anthem, the U.S. national anthem. It's like, come on, Camilla. If you want people to respect you, you need to show respect as well. If you want people to like you, you need to be likable. You can't just, it's disrespectful in my opinion, guys. That's just how I feel about it. Was that hose or her cankle? It was her hose that wasn't pulled up fully and properly, that had bunched up around her ankles. Let me see if I can find an image of it for you guys. I know I'm just being petty now. But I think, you know what? The whole Andrew and Fergie moving behind William during the funeral, I'm going to cover it in a different video for you guys, because I just don't want to mix the two together, because I've got a new anus to rip into Andrew and Fergie there, and Charles for allowing that to happen. Okay, you're too fast. I'm sorry. I'll put all the links in the description box for you guys below. I got to get going here, my darlings. Let me know what you guys think of Camilla and the fact that she claims that, look, now she's good enough to attend all of the events during the UK visit. Do you think she will give the ladies a new tiara? Of course she couldn't miss the tiara moment and let Catherine only wear a tiara. But let's see what happens at the banquet. Let's watch what Camilla does. I'm sure she'll stick Catherine with the old Cambridge tiara. With Catherine, she's happy with that. I'm sorry to those, I apologize to those in advance who are offended. I'm sorry for telling the truth about Camilla, but she can get it just as I will give it to any single other member of the royal family who is acting in this manner. The queen is rolling over in her grave to watch this shit go down right now. This is absolutely ridiculous. But yes, I will be ripping Andrew and Fergie, a whole new one, a whole new set of orifices for those two to play with together. Because the way they were behaving at the Duchess of Kent's funeral is disgusting. But you guys and the replay crew, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Should Camilla have just stayed home? I mean, we're not stupid. Clearly, you aren't suffering from anything when you can show up looking fine looking fine as you can. But yeah, you didn't have acute sinusitis. At the end of the day, you could have said nothing. Just put out nothing. Remember? Never complain, never explain. You didn't need to tell anyone that fib that you were suffering from acute sinusitis, because you weren't. You were literally at the Braemar Games. Where in between? Did you recover from sinusitis within 4 days? Whoa, that's just like Meghan Markle and getting pregnant 4 times within 4 months and having a couple miscarriages in between, right? Who knew? Who knew? But sometimes I feel like Camilla gives me Meghan Markle vibes. I'm sorry. That's just what I think. And the reason why I think that, actually, let me leave off on that, right? Let me show you the picture and why I feel that, because someone else posted this. And let me pull this up here, that I've seen this look before. Let me show you, and then we'll close it off on this here. I know some people might leave my channel. I got a lot of hate when I did mention the fact that it looks like Camilla is being disrespectful, the fact that she didn't show up. I even had YouTubers on Twitter or X post videos about how others should stop following me, how I am a bully. And it was just funny to me because it was just very hypocritical in the way that they were behaving. But do you see this photo here? You see the way that Camilla is giving Melania the side eye? Does that not remind you of this photo right here of Meghan giving Catherine the side eye? Huh? Does that not remind you of that? Totally reminds me of that. I'm just saying. I would say that I expect my apologies from all those individuals who left all of the nasty comments in my Twitter profile when I said, look, Camilla doesn't have acute sinusitis. She's lying. I would say I'd expect an apology, but like the nerd who rows a boat, an inflatable one, you know, their character speaks for themselves, really. Absolute caca. That's what I've got to say. Yeah, it's so funny how everyone likes to cry about freedom of speech, but yet if you don't agree with them, all of a sudden they want to attack your character and say that you are a horrible individual. But thankfully, I got bullied enough when I was young where I feel like it built up a thick skin over me where I just laugh about it. And I'm just like, you look so silly. You look more of a bully right now doing what you're doing by telling others to unfollow me. But anyways, my darlings, I was right. I hate to say it. Camilla's not perfect. She definitely isn't, but she didn't need to lie. And as the queen, she should have been there paying her respects, because if you want to be respected, you need to show respect. And sorry, she will always have the title of mistress, regardless how much Charles ends up spending on PR to make it any different. Just saying. Just saying. Anyways, my lovelies, I'm going to get the hell out of here. I hope you all have an incredible day. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. You guys know I am one to never sugarcoat things, and that's how I've always been. Yes, sometimes my mouth gets me into trouble, but I will always be honest. And Those who lie on me and make up bullshit about me, the truth always comes out. Just like with Camilla here. She lied about having acute sinusitis, and you showed up to the US visit because you couldn't handle Catherine getting all the attention. Just call it as it is. I would. Who cares if you lose some subscribers and followers and people get mad at you? I'd rather be honest at the end of the day. That's all that matters, right? Anyways, my darlings, toodaloo. Bye.